Hey, what's going on, everybody? January Flowers here, your favorite homegirl. And today we're tuned into Homegirl I Need Love. Today is October 12th. This is Saturday, and this is 4 p.m. Your homegirl is broadcasting from Baltimore, Maryland. Yes. By way of Baltimore City. Yes. Let's get into it. Now, this setup is a little different than most of them because sometimes I'm on screen, sometimes it's just audio. Today's episode is just going to be audio, and I have a message along with a story time. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Today's episode is all about believing in yourself. Baddies setting boundaries. How could believing in yourself, set a precedence or set a boundary? I'm going to start today's episode with a story and some clarity that happened to me just as good as yesterday night specifically. And when it hit me hard. You see what I'm saying? To help further get the message out there, if you would like to support, thumbs up the video, share the videos with others, and if you want to be a part of hearing this series as it continues, subscribe as well. Thank you. When I was growing up, I was always told I couldn't sing and that my voice was annoying by multiple sources growing up. Recently, as an adult, I've only ever heard the opposite, and it's really conflicting. So let's just do two stories, even though I have plenty. One is from the university. My time in the university, I came across a plethora of professors and things like that. And this specific professor for this story time, I believe her name was Professor Weber. And I believe she taught historical art because we did like a Rococo and Romanticism projects and things like that. Now, me, if you don't know, your homegirl loves the theater house. I love the playhouse. I love to perform. You know what I'm talking about? Give me a costume. I'm going to act up. I always been an entertainer that way. But one way my professor kind of shined a light on was my voice. She pulled me to the side one day after class because this was like my third presentation. I always wanted to go first. I always wanted to tell people what I learned. I love learning to this day. And she pulled me to the side one day after class and she said, "Do you sing?" I said, "No," and I almost was disturbed that she was asking me, but I'll explain why. I was taken back. I didn't understand it. I was a little shy, naive, you know what I'm saying? Low self-esteem type. So I just didn't get it. Like, why would you ask me that? And she was almost startled a little bit at my reaction. She said, "You have a beautiful voice. And this is your speaking voice." And she said, I want to get you into some training. Now, when she said that, of course, me being in a place of lack, a mindset of lack, I said, well, no, I could never afford anything like that. I'm working 3 part-time jobs while I'm in school and things like that, which I believe I was at the Dunkin' Donuts. I was at the Science Center, and then I was also at PNC Bank. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying, get through school and stuff. I was like, I can't afford an additional bill. So she said, "I'll cover the classes for you. I just want you to get the training because there's something there." Y'all, I came up with every excuse in the world to the point that she just took a few steps back and she said, "It's okay." She said, "It was my mistake." And we kind of left it at that. You know what I'm saying? I felt weirded out. I think my energy weirded her out. So she just took a step back. Reflecting today, Professor, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you continue, if you are still working, seeing light in students and offering them your guidance, because I should have took it. Now, that was one example of me not believing in myself. And this was another example. I was with my grandma And I want to say this was before Professor Weber. So this next story is before the professor. When I was speaking with my grandma, we were in the kitchen and grandma had a friend over. Excuse me, I don't remember her name. We'll refer to her as grandma's friend. So we were all in the kitchen laughing. You know me, I was joking, doing spins and stuff like that. So grandma friend said, "You know what? You 21, right?" And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Why don't you do the Disney cruise lines?" I said, "Okay." I'm thinking like if you do the Disney cruise line, it might be segue to the Disney Channel, back in the day before the industry got exposed. I'm like, "Okay, wow, what do they do?" She said, "Well, they sing and dance. You already dance? You sing?" I paused. I kind of froze in time. And in my mind, I said, "But everybody tells me they hate my voice. My voice is annoying. I'm an annoyance." That's why I kind of liked plays to segue because I will often be cast as background, never lead, and not often have lines, but I always like to present my presence via body, via walk, via a look. You see what I'm saying? Versus voice because I was always told my vocal apparatus was trash. So I was like, since everybody hates me, I won't speak. But the flaw in the mechanic was everyone didn't hate my voice. It was the people that were around me. And it wasn't the voice. It was the things I was saying. So I told grandma's friend, I said, "I don't think I can do that." "Well, why can't you? You performing for us right now." I said, "Yeah, but I can't sing. I can't do that stuff." She was like, "Okay." She didn't push it as much as Professor Weber was, She just said, "Okay," like that, right? As I ventured out to the world, this is outside of those two experiences, I came across people. Originally, it was men. I'm not going to throw you any shade. It was one man. And he told me, he said, "Every time I hear your voice, it's so beautiful, right?" And I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking he just trying to hit or something like that. Mind you, me and him never linked up or nothing. He used to always compliment me. He said, "When you walk, it's like you walking on water." He said, "You know how to present and move your body," which I do. I always can present my energy non-verbally for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So he said to me, y'all, he said, "I wish I could have your voice in my alarm system." And he said, "You could be the voice that's waking me up and this and that." I was a little younger. So when he started going that far, I said, "Come on, man." You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the energy in me. I didn't believe in me. I didn't see the star quality in me, especially when it came to voice. A couple of weeks ago on this channel, January Flowers YouTube, someone left a comment saying that she plays my videos in the background. And my videos actually soothe her child and help her child get to sleep. Now, I had to pause. And just like right now, I did get a little emotional because for the most part, no shade, the videos outside of this segment are, tea, gossip, or some type of news. So I'm thinking, even when I'm at my messiest, it's still soothing, right? But it's still inkling of the past, inkling of what those people I looked up to. You got to understand, we all been kids once. And when so many people you looked up to continuously told you it's annoying, we don't like it. They date people who say the same thing. They around people that say the same thing. It's like, well, you know what I'm saying? It must be true. But outside of that, no one's saying it. It was even to the point where previous lovers were also confirming what relatives have told me. So I'm just thinking this must be the whole world. They don't like me. They don't like me. Just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Some people are shocked that I even have a platform where I speak, because I'm going to tell y'all something, and this is the truth. Some people will tell you I don't speak much. I don't say much, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? At a time in my life, these past 3 years, it's changed. Years ago, I was not a vocal acrobat. I didn't say much. I kept everything in. I didn't want to be an annoyance to the world. You see what I'm saying? Last night I was at work and I was speaking to a woman, And I believe she said her name is Eloise. And just like my grandma, she's in her 90s. I believe she said she's 94 or so. And I was just speaking to her as we were waiting for her car to pick her up. It was the valet people. Speaking to her and stuff like that. Now, Miss Eloise had to get down her chair at one point. You know, she was trying to stand up with me. She said, I gotta get down. I said, do your thing, sis. She said, but please keep talking to me. So I said, okay. So, I just kept rambling and talking, hey, girl, and stuff like that. She held all her hands at one point to feel my hands, And I grabbed her hands back and I said, what's this about? She said, just keep talking. And I was just talking, right? And then me and her just locked eyes. I had scooted down, got down on my knees so I could be eye to eye with her while she was sitting, right? She a small woman. So I was just looking at her eyes and we just talking about anything. It was me. She wasn't saying anything. And she said, your voice is a gift. And I said, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't singing or anything. I'm just talking. And her eyes was welling up and everything, y'all. Like, I was like, Jan, you cannot believe what people have told you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You take the good from people. You don't harvest on the bad. If you try to build off of bad energy, what are you building? Bad energy. You build off the good. If someone ever tells you you're annoying, you're not deserving of, you're not good enough, your presence isn't needed, you listen to that person, but you let it be told that you were given a voice just like everyone else. And some of us lose our voice in life. When her car came up and she had to leave me, her family was like, oh my goodness, she's like so into you and this and that. They took pictures and videos with me. Shout out to the peoples. And when she was leaving, she told me I was beautiful. And she said, don't ever stop talking. You have a gift. And I said, I gotta say it. I gotta do an episode on believing in yourself. This series is growth for me. And I also hope for anyone who's listening, it offers some growth to you, to believe in yourself. And even if you do have someone you look up to, they're not always right. You're right. You know what you need. You know who you are. You know what you're going for, and you know what you're doing. Keep going forward and believe in yourself. Half of my life, I was told this and that. And now, the beginning of the next half, I'm continuously told something else. It's almost like trickery. You see what I'm saying? It's tricks for me. Because so many people told me something that I'm now saying isn't true. A voice that's soothing small children. A voice that a woman who's over 90 is saying, I just want to hear you keep chatting. She held my hands because she was saying like she could feel the vibration from my voice. Eloise was getting deep with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get too scared, but I was like, okay, but it's just to say believe in yourself. I just wanted to come tell y'all this today. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to have belief. And it's a stronger thing to have belief in yourself. When you look up to yourself, there is a healing factor. A completion. You believe in you. So even when someone comes up to you and say, you shouldn't be doing that, you can't do that. Show them. Do it. Do it. Do it. People have always told me this and that. Be quiet. Your voice is this. You're that. You're trash. Only for trash day to come and me not get collected. But they did. Sometimes I pause and think, and I say, was my experiences a learning lesson for where I'm headed to next? Was I continuously told not to believe in me because others saw what was in me? When you have faith in yourself, it can't be broken. My energy no longer wavers with myself. I was not friends with myself. I am now. And I know to some people it may sound unusual. A friend to yourself? If you can be friends with you, you can be friends with others. I've always over cared, over shared, over giving because I felt like my place was that. I'm not that. I'm January and I believe in me. Shout out to Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Song of the week, I Believe in Me by Lisa. I appreciate everyone who's listening. And if you do have any familiar stories or situations and you feel like you want to share, you can share it below or you could just speak it out loud. People saw something in me that was being dimmed by others, and it was not their job to dig any deeper. I'm in a position now where I understand why those women didn't dig further, Grandma Friend or Professor Weber. Why they didn't keep going like, who told you that? What's going on? That's taking it too far. My energy showed them hurt. So I'm not going to keep digging because obviously somebody who matters to this young child and told them they ain't spit. You see what I'm saying? But just think, if your homegirl would have said yes to the Disney Cruise Line job, you know what I'm saying? Or if your homegirl would have said yes to those free vocal training lessons, which I'm learning now ain't cheapo. You know what I'm saying? She was going to do me a solid. But I was shooken and stirred. I'm no longer that. I feel like I have control now. And I know control is something that we never truly have, which is true living on earth. We don't got it. But when I say that, I mean with myself, my energy can't waver. I have to protect me physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Because at the end of the day, it's only me. Even if you have 1,000 people around you, 1.1 million friends, only you can determine how you feel day to day. Only you can absorb negative or positive energy. Only you can harvest what you want to have in your life and around you. I was a child, yes. I was a young adult, yes. Did it make it right? No. Should I have been a little bit mentally stronger? Yes. But you gotta understand it. The fact that I can look back now and see it and almost look back and say, come here, and want to give myself a little huggy poo. My child self, my teenage self, my college self, and even me now. Come on, girl. I gotta hug on all phases of me so that I could be great for where I'm heading to. Because I learned something, y'all. I used to think I didn't like people. But I do. I love people. But it was people that started to make me not like people. But all people are not the same. And people who see the light in you, for the most part, you gotta sort through it, but they have a light in them too. Them people ain't mean me no harm. You know what I'm saying? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Starting today, if you haven't before, believe in yourself. Decide what you want to wear. Decide what you're going to eat. Decide when you're going to rest. If you want to create, create. Stop allowing them to dictate your energy, your mood, your vibe. Let it go. Believe in yourself. even when they didn't. I want to thank you all for listening today. Whew. And remember this: do the best you can with what you got. And I will see you on my next video. Bye.